Hey everybody, welcome back to another hashtag Lockboss show and giveaway.
We're live.
Oh, there we go. Now we're live. All right, nice little delay there. Well, hey everybody, welcome back to another hashtag Lockboss show and giveaway. We have some good topics in store tonight, and I'm really excited to get started. But before I do, first of all, this is Ian.
Howdy.
Ian, thanks for coming on, man.
No problem. Glad to be here.
How nervous are you? None?
No.
You're less nervous than me then. No, it's fine. But everybody, hey, I really hope that you have enjoyed your Tuesday so far. I hope you all had a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. I tell you what, I don't know about you, Ian, but I'm very, very what's the word I'm looking for? I've lost already. I enjoyed having a nice weekend, 3-day weekend off. Did you as well?
It was good.
And I really appreciate all of the sacrifices for the men and women in the armed forces and that allow us to be here and do what we do.
Good time of reflection, especially with I have a strong military background. All my family's military.
Yeah.
So
you have family in the military right now, right?
Yep.
That's good, man. Well, we appreciate them serving, man. And it's one of those times to reflect. It's one thing I never want to, as a business, run sales on Memorial Day weekend.
Mm-hmm.
It just feels weird.
Yeah, especially disrespectful.
Yeah, and not to say that, it's necessarily wrong if someone wants to, but for me, it's just like, it's not one of those times. But anyways, thank you all. If any of you, by the way, who have served or are currently serving, thank you for your service. Man, it's just a good time to reflect. And, how fortunate are we that we actually get to spend time with loved ones and family during that time?
It's a very special time. I know a lot of people who they don't have that time. That family member lost their life, and so take care of your loved ones and love on them while you're still here.
Absolutely. Well, like I said, I hope all you can talk all of a sudden, but hey, listen, I hope all of you had a great Memorial Day weekend. No, but let's go ahead and get in it, and we're gonna have some fun. Okay, we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna talk about some things. And what really kind of brought me to come up with this was like, you know what? Ian's on the phone, fielding all sorts of crazy questions all day long. It'd be fun to kind of, what we did is we pulled some of those questions out, and we're going to be going over and talking about them together. So I'm really excited for that. And let's go ahead and get started. All right, so let's start up. Well, and of course, I always forget this, but hey, guys, of course, we're drinking Topo Chico. We love it up here. I have to say, I was gifted a Topo Chico that was like this big. This sucker was huge. It was like 25-ounce Topo Chico. And I started drinking it on the couch this weekend, and I realized, it was kind of funny. It was huge, and I realized that we actually had to leave the house. Well, listen, you don't put Topo Chico like this back in the fridge. No. So I just carried it with me. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. But of course, we'll be doing that. And here in just a few minutes, we'll also be announcing this week's 5 lucky Lockboss winners, which we're going to be hooking you up. So, but here we go. Post of the week, which, as you guys know, I like to do a couple of them. Let's see here. All right, so this was a good one. So this was you can rekey anyone's locks, dead or alive. So this is a good one. I loved reading the comments on these. So thank you guys for submitting those. They were really good. Make sure you check them out. There's kind of different comments, all sorts of places. And I do have to interrupt. I see my looks like I'm not sure who is running the CLK comments in here today, but whoever is just asked, and I'm sorry for this interruption, but I want to set the record straight. Here we go. So whoever's running the CLK channel on here, I'm not sure who it is at the moment, asked my dad on here who ate more hot dogs yesterday, him or I, because we had a family barbecue. And my dad said I did. No way. No way. Lockfather, I got your number on that one. I mean, I only had one hot dog, so unless you had more or less than one, no way. But anyways. All right, so so if you haven't checked out those comments, they're really funny, right? On that, and they're kind of everywhere. So if you look on Facebook or Instagram or even YouTube, you'll see different responses right there. So next up, we got this one, a funny Friday post from Dylan sent in. Man, the internet's creative, isn't it? You know, the internet's creative. I think it's the best way to say that one.
Yeah.
You know,
it's been several weeks and it's still all over the internet.
Yeah, it's just one of those things that it's going to live with us forever, I'm guessing, to some degree. Yeah. Let's go to the next one here. Oh, looks like we got some stuff sent in from Leo. So it looks like sent a little Gator mortise wrench turner, Gator wafer popper, along with the SP wafer kit. I tell you what, I love that wafer popper. I was just using it in a video I shot last week. And at first I wasn't going to. I was like, I'll just do it by hand. But then when I started doing it by hand, I realized how much I miss it. And I went and got one and finished it. So that is good. And let's see here. Let's keep moving along here. One more. We have Lucas actually sent in his Lockboss winning. So it looks like you got the Lab Mini Durex security pin kit, which is really handy when you're trying to add that little bit of extra security into a standard tumbler lock. And it looks like there's the Lab tray, pinning tray there, and the 8-in-1 key gauge. So that's cool. Let's see here. Let's keep going. All right. Comment of the week. From John Shelton, not sure letting PJ drive is a smart but cool advertising. Great video. Thanks, PJ and Lockfather. John, I mean, you know, I actually agree with you, John. I actually agree with you. You know, driving that thing is it's interesting. You're so like it's. I would say it's similar to the feeling of like driving a go-kart. Okay, so I've been driving a lot of go-karts with my kids, right on a dirt track. And it feels similar to driving that. The only difference is you're on the road with actual vehicles. Does that make sense? So if you were to take like your go-kart, you ride out in the backyard and go drive it on the road, that's the kind of feeling I get.
So I assume it's like driving your ATV on the highway.
Yeah.
Same feeling.
Yeah. It's like if something were to hit me, that would hurt. Right? Or if I were to hit something, that would hurt.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, there's no crush space.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're the crush space.
Yeah, you're the padding.
Yeah.
Right? But, yeah, that's good here. Let's see here. Ian, you know, I don't know, you know, we really got to figure out after this who was the actual person running the live today, because they're trying to get some sort of hot dog competition eating going on.
I don't know who that is.
Me neither. I don't know today. But just because we have some people out on vacation or sick today, so I'm not quite sure who is running it.
Is that the intern?
It could be. It could be. But let's see here. Okay, let's keep it going. Okay, so fielding locksmith questions with Ian. So like I was saying in the beginning, I figured it'd be fun to kind of go over some of the questions, at least ones that we could answer in a short amount of time.
Yeah.
And this is the thing. If you've always done residential or commercial work and you want to get into automotive, it's a whole separate world. In the same way, it's the opposite. If you've always done automotive work and you want to start doing residential or commercial, it's a whole separate world. And like you can find yourself asking questions that once you know the answer to, you're like, oh yeah, well that makes sense. But until you ask those type of questions sometimes, you're going to get it. So we kind of sat down and we went through a bunch of questions, and I figured, like, what are some fun ones, some helpful, some serious type ones that we could kind of have fun together on live to talk about. So without further ado, Ian.
Yeah.
So now the interesting part, though, I want to rewind for a second, because when you started working here, you didn't know really anything.
I'm a former firefighter EMT, so I have experience destroying locks, destroying doors, breaking vehicles apart to get patients out or do whatever needs done as far as putting out fires, stuff like that. So I've experienced the forcible entry portion of locks and doors, but never really the actual picking of doors. We normally didn't have time to even attempt that. Sometimes we'd pull out the big easy kit and try to do it that way. If there's a kid in the car, we don't really want to destroy anything. So non-destructive entry into vehicles, got quite a bit of experience doing that. But other than that, no locksmithing experience whatsoever.
So it's one of those things that, you've had to learn as you have went, right? And, when you start and you don't really know what a KW1 is, right? Or a B111.
Yeah.
Right? And so you've had to learn and kind of develop that knowledge yourself as time has went on.
Yeah.
Right? At the same time, and so the cool part about that and why I bring that up is because we all have to learn the information at one time or another.
Yes.
Right? And hopefully we're all together actually still learning. Right? We're all continuing to learn. So with that being said, let's hit some questions. So give us a question that you get asked common. Now, is it safe to say that some of these questions we've kind of
we've had to condense a lot of questions because everybody's different. Everybody phrases it differently, but it's the same question at the core. You can add a lot of fluff, but when you get down to the base of it, it's all the same question. One of the more common ones we get is, why can't key programmers pull key codes?
Yeah. Why can't key programmers pull key codes? If you've been in the business for a while, you kind of know the answer to that. But when you get started, and there's like pin codes, key programmers, kind of makes sense. And so let's answer that question seriously, which is key codes refer to a mechanical code of the biddings of the key.
Yep.
Right? And thank goodness you can't pull that code with the key programmer. So the reason is you just can't you can't do it, because that information is not in there.
Yeah.
Thank goodness. And I hope it always continues.
Theft would go through the roof.
Oh yeah, it'd be bad.
Yeah.
It'd be bad. So the good news though is that your programmer, for the most part in today's world, can pull pin codes, which is something that you do need to program a key. So when it comes to making a mechanical key, step one would be learning how to use the leashy tools to decode the door or ignition lock and or to get a membership to Nastiff and buy key codes through there to get that mechanical key. So that's kind of step one. Step two. All right, what do we have next?
I'm following the automotive trend because we see a lot of locksmiths. They were institutional or something, then they decide to go private, not work for whatever school district, hospital or whatever they started out in, and they go private and have their own company and they start automotive. So automotive brings up a lot of the questions we handle in customer service and sales. So the other one would be, why is there difficulty with electronic key code machines in duplicating automotive high security keys? Because we see issues there frequently, especially the worn automotive keys. Yeah,
you're right. I mean, I think worn keys in general, I think it can even apply to non-automotive, but we'll kind of stick with automotive here. Though it's tough because so this is the interesting thing, and I'm glad we're talking about this one, because if someone hands you a house key, right, and asks you to make a duplicate, well, you just put it in your duplicator, you just go, trace it, you move on. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
But when it comes to high security in particular, and duplicating a lot of times. Okay, I've talked a lot about it, like duplicating a normal edge cut key compared to duplicating a high security key manually.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
Oh yeah.
Okay. And so using an electronic machine like the Triton sitting back there is so much, it's easy.
Yeah.
Okay? It's just easy. The problem is, now this is a general rule for machines, it's going to want to trace that key. What it's actually doing, it's decoding the key and trying to put it back to factory cuts. And the problem with the key being worn is that it has to, at some point, the algorithm, the software there has to guess one way or another. And so depending on the wear and many other factors, you can actually, it will decode it incorrectly. Now, that's why you'll notice a lot of times when you see me with the machine decoding a key, I'm watching it because I want to make sure it's hitting those cuts at the root perfectly, right? And it can be kind of a pain, and it can be kind of a pain. And you have to learn, like you have to sometimes teach the machine or watch the machine and realize that you have to change things. Now, there's always exceptions to that, but as a majority, the reason why it's difficult to copy, to duplicate a high security automotive key is because it's actually not duplicating it. It's actually decoding and then cutting a code cut key. That's why.
All right, let's see.
What do we have next?
On the topic of machines, what is the best key machine when it comes to bang for your buck?
Bang for the buck key machine. Now, Ian, you tell me. Like, I know what machine I'm going to say. Now, I'm guessing we're talking edge style duplication.
Well, if we start there, edge style duplication, I'd say either the Nomad, or if you're looking for something mobile, the Ilco 008 mobile is going to be your best bet there if you're looking for mobile. Otherwise, the JMA Nomad.
I would say the same thing. I think when it comes to like best bang for your buck, period, the JMA Nomad, and especially because the price increases. Like JMA has not increased the price of the Nomad. And think about this. Like, I mean, coming up as can't talk all of a sudden. Here we go. As a matter of fact, tomorrow JMA's keys are going up. Right? So they have a price increase. JMA does tomorrow. June 13th, Ilco has a price increase going into effect. And then July 1st, Abus has a price. I mean, we can just go on and on with that. But the interesting part is that JMA has not increased the price of the Nomad.
Smart business move.
Yeah. Well, depending on if they're making money or not. But so, I mean, even more importantly is the best bang for the buck, the Nomad, with it staying after what? About 20% over the past year and a half of price increases. For it to still be that is pretty impressive. Honestly. I actually talked to JMA last Friday about it. I'm like, how do you not raise the price on it? You know? But it's worked out good. Okay, well, let's do one last question and get on to the giveaway. We're going to do the why can't.
Yeah, let's do that one. We get a lot of beginner locksmiths here, and so sometimes they just don't understand how different systems work. You've got your best with the small format I can't speak all of a sudden.
Join the club, SFIC.
Your SFIC products with the best keyways. Then you've got your Schlage with the LFIC, and then the key and knob cylinders. So a lot of times we'll get questions like, why doesn't Kwikset or some of the other residential keyways, why don't they have LFIC cores for them?
Okay. And you want to answer this one? You want me to?
You can do it.
Okay. Yeah. So when it comes to like, and I get that question actually. Why can't I get SFIC cores in other keyways? In reality, to some degree, you would think, hey, like, why isn't there a Kwikset SFIC core?
Yeah.
Right? They're convenient and they're nice.
Yeah.
And the most basic answer I can give you is that they're just completely separate systems. Now, there has been newer systems that have come out, like the MX that has both key and knob cylinders for like with standard Schlage style pins, and then like LFIC cores and that kind of stuff. So I think as time goes on, they'll be more available. Truthfully, like people find ways to make that type of stuff work, but they're just completely separate. It'd be like, hey, I'd like to take this my full size pickup truck, and I would like to have it fit the size of a Mini Cooper.
Yeah, not happening.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Yeah,
most of the time is probably the best way I could.
There's different pros and cons to each different system.
Yeah.
And when you start mixing them around, you lose the pros and cons.
Yeah. Yeah. I think especially one of the big ones is just like a quick set. It's like a residential keyway. SFIC is more of a commercial, and the lock price, the difference in the pricing of locks between a grade 3 residential lock and a heavy duty commercial lock, there's a gap there.
And there's also a security factor.
Yeah.
Quick sets are available everywhere. A quick KW1 key you can get pretty much anywhere.
Yeah.
Walmart's got them. Ace Hardware's got them. Everybody's got them. When you start getting into your SFIC best keyways, not many people have those unless they're a locksmith.
Yeah.
So it can provide extra added security for them.
That's true. All right, everybody. Well, that's what we have for our topic today. I hope you guys found it interesting. I was kind of just glancing at the comments a second ago, and I can definitely see, if you remember a few months ago, we talked about, with all the inflation going on in gas prices, how important it was or is to keep track of where you're at price-wise on that, and I see some comments in there. It's just, man, it's tough. You have to keep an eye on, as inflation keeps kind of going up, just in general, we all have to keep a close eye on that.
Yeah.
Right? It's really important. So, but don't worry, we're all going to make it. All right. We're all going to make it. But let's see here. Let's keep going on here. All right. It's giveaway time. Let's go over the rules, make sure we're all on the same page, and then we are hooking 5 people up. You ready?
All right. Yep.
All right. So what to do if you win? You're going to email us your shipping info to sales@CLKsupplies.com or call us at 800-848-6989, and we'll send your gifts soon. How to win? Comment on our videos and include the hashtag Lockboss. Winners will be chosen from the comments on the previous week's videos. So with that being said, want to give us a little, how about I'll give you the drum roll. Well, you want to announce the winners? They'll pop up here on my screen.
Copy.
Are you ready for that?
Yep.
Okay. Drum roll. Winner number 1 is
James Schrader.
James, congratulations. Let's go. Winner number 2 is
Michael Walker.
Congratulations, Michael. Winner number 3 is
Robert Patton.
Robert, congratulations. Winner number 4 is
Odin's Lock and Key.
How cool.
Odin's Lock LLC.
Good stuff, Odin. Winner number 5, last but not least, is
Curto Lock and Key.
Curto Lock and Key. Congratulations. Let's see here. And this is actually the last day to order and get a free Premier Lockboss polo. So we'll make sure you guys want to do that. And so that is it. That's what we have for today. Now, let's go back through here. Now we are done, but let's look through these comments for a second here, because I keep seeing hot dog pop up here. Looks like Kid Lock. What's going on, man? Let's see here. Yeah, hey, look at Ed says, yeah, I've had folks ask me about SFIC Quickset for over 30 years. Yeah, it's just something that in general, I mean, this is what happens, right? A
Mhm.
customer might ask you a question like that. You might not be sure. And so you're calling us
Yep.
and asking, it makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't, there's a lot of questions a lot of times that people, when you're in the business or you already have the experience, you'll ask questions and people kind of give you attitude about it. Like, what do you mean you don't know that or this or that? It's just a poor way to live most of the time on stuff like that when to talking to people who just don't know at all. Now, there are times truly that you probably should know the answer, and but we'll have to learn. Let's see here. Lock Mechanic says, I have a question. Does anyone deal with brass splinters when cutting keys? I get them every single time. Just wear gloves or what? That's interesting. This is what I can tell you. Okay, everyone around here likes to make fun of me because I like to wear gloves a lot and have soft hands, right? Then somebody should be admitting on the internet. No, probably not.
I don't know.
Hey, especially when you work on a keyboard a lot, okay? But I tell you what, if I was getting splinters while cutting keys, I would for sure wear gloves. But no, it's not common. I wonder what type of. That's interesting. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
Yes to the hot dog eating contest. Oh my gosh. Let's see. If we do a hot dog eating contest, would you participate? No? No? Okay. Fair enough. You don't want to embarrass yourself? I don't blame you. Let's see here. Yeah, but I took a class to learn something. Yep. Let's see here. Yeah, don't let the machine decode for you, George Blair says. I think, George, you're right. Like, there's going to be a time, there's going to be times where you're going to be able to let the machine decode for you, but you have to, over time, develop the skill to decode, understand. Like, I guess what I was alluding to is when you watch the machine decode, you have to really start to understand what it's doing and why, and look at what it decoded and see how that works and match. And sometimes I have to do it by hand. You're right. Yeah, you're right. Greg Bandit stuff is great. It is great. Yeah. Well, shoot, there you have it. PGA cutting keys and sweeping is different. Who is on? Who's doing the live chat today? I guess we'll find out. I'll be asking afterwards. That's good, though.
That one, though.
Let's see here.
George Blair, not knowing the answer is fine. Tell people you don't know and then try to learn. That is always a good position to go for. If you don't know, be honest with your customers.
100%.
Honesty is always the best policy.
It is. Well, according to where'd that comment go? Up, it just left here. James says, PJ, you are having a hot dog eating contest. We weren't asking. It's already been decided. I mean, I'd probably do it for fun, but hey.
The shipping boys.
Hey, as you know, I like to play for keeps, though. So.
Get the shipping boys involved.
Yeah.
They're always down to eat.
We could. Let's see here. That's good. Yes, always wear safety glasses regardless because the new chips, 100%. It's one of the funny part is in life, right? Like the most simple things you learn are the exact same stuff that you are like, I should have done that because now I have something in my eye.
Yeah.
Right. And we've had guys get at my dad's company get shavings in their eyes, and it's not fun.
No,
it's not something you want to do.
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, good stuff, everybody. Hey, thanks for hanging out. And we'll be back same time, same place next week, and we'll have more fun together. So, Ian, thanks for coming on, hanging out.
Thank you. It was fun.
Thanks for kind of going through, kind of come up with some of those questions that people might be interested in hearing the answers to.
All right.
So, anyways, everybody, have a wonderful Tuesday evening, and we'll see you in the videos here in just a couple of days. We have some good ones coming out, so we'll talk to you then. Take care.
Take care.